And there is what remains of the Golden Kingdom of Mapungubwe. Today, Mapungubwe is part of South Africa's national park system. The heart of the old kingdom is Mapungubwe Hill. Park Ranger Cedric Setlako has agreed to show me around.
This is the hill itself, Mapungubwe Hill, where people lived about 1,000 years ago.
Wow. Archaeologists believe that Mapungubwe's reach spread across southern Africa from the 11th to the 13th centuries, and that after the kingdom collapsed, some of its people may have headed north and founded Great Zimbabwe. It was one of the most complex societies in southern Africa, with a rigid division between the king, his ministers, and his subjects.
The king was buried here with a lot of artifacts. If you look at the hill itself, why the people would choose to live up here is because if you look around it, it's just sheer rock. There's no way that you can be able to access this hill. There's only one way up to the top.
The kingdom's rulers kept the hill to themselves. Ordinary members of Mapungubwe's society were not allowed in. Even in modern times, the hill still holds mystical powers to the people here.
Most of the people long back used to believe that you wouldn't even look at the hill itself.
Really?
They were even scared to look at the hill. Even the person who brought the first people to discover the site, he had to turn his back and sort of pointed, there is the hill right behind me, and I'm not going there.
Really?
Yeah.
So what might happen to you if you did look at the hill?
Some people believed that you would go blind or lose your life or die or something like that.
Oh.
It wasn't so bad, eh?
Well, this view completely makes up for
Yeah.
any tiredness I feel about that climb. It's just glorious. And suddenly you understand why you would want to build up here. Archaeologists have found remnants of the site of a grand stone enclosure here, with huts for servants and a wooden palisade built around the summit for privacy and defence. It was also where Mapungubwe's rulers lived and died with their gold.
This is exactly where that little golden rhino came from. Just from around here, it's exactly where it was discovered. And also to indicate to you that from the bush back there up to here, this whole area, this was a burial site. These people were buried in a sitting position facing west, and each one of them was buried wearing these golden bracelets, and they were as well buried with clay pots, which were filled with thousands and thousands of gold and glass beads.
So Cedric, why was this site so important?
Mapungubwe is the first Southern African kingdom, meaning this is exactly where kingdomship started in Southern Africa. Of all these kingdoms which are still in existence today, this is exactly where it all started.
The wooden and stone structures which would have stood here have long since disappeared. But the gold artifacts in Pretoria testify to this ancient kingdom's existence, its power and its wealth.
Mapungubwe is so beautiful. The landscape here is the most beautiful landscape. You'll never get such landscape in South Africa. Many people, they love to come to this national park for its heritage.
The one that is famous is Mapungubwe Heritage Tour Site and Walk, where it's a trip to Mapungubwe Hill while the guide will be explaining the history of Mapungubwe National Park. And we also have your walks where the two guides will be taking you. It will be a walk in the wilderness where they'll be showing you the things that we have in the park.
When you come back, you will feel like you were there when those people existed. And the other two guys that we have, they specialize on the game drive, the morning walk. When you join them, you will really, really enjoy the information that they're going to give you about our vegetation that we have around the park and also the game.
I pick up an elephant footprint on the ground now, so we're trying to trace him. I guess there's water somewhere, it should be leading to the water.
In Mapungubwe National Park, you get to go to the confluence, and we're having about 4 different viewing decks. So on those decks, you'll be able to see the meeting point of Zimbabwe, Botswana, and South Africa.
And we also have your museum tour, where they can take you to the museum while they explain also the history of Mapungubwe National Park.
We have about 5 types of accommodation, which we're trying to cover for all different types of needs to tourists. So we're having camping sites, we have type of bush camps, we have a tented camp, we have a main camp, and we also have a guest cottage, which is Chugulu Lodge.